Without this, we've said time and time again, if I hadn't found this place, I honestly don't know how I would have coped through it. And that is it's not even exaggerating, is it?
No.
We've said it time and time again. I said, I don't know what I'd done without Skanda. I honestly do not know. I just don't know. Don't know where I would have been. Certainly not where I am now.
It's a well-used phrase, but it's a beacon of light.
It is. It's just something there. It's just a feeling. It is, and it's hard to put them feelings into words because it sounds, oh yeah, blah blah blah, you know. But it's heartfelt, and unless you go through that feeling, it's very hard for anyone else to understand. Forget hospice where you just go in and die. I think forget that. We're all dying anyway from the minute we're born, okay? But this helps it along really lovely. And I said, just because you're going to hospice doesn't mean you're not coming out again. I come here and during I walked through the door, it was quiet. And I don't mean quiet in nobody talking, I just mean quiet. It was so peaceful.
Peace, yeah.
And I went, oh, and I sat down and thought, oh, this is just heavenly. I can relax, my headache's going to get better. I can come here and be quiet. If you're stressed out, the drugs are fighting with you and your stress. Not going to be half as effective. So it's down to relaxation again. And I say, go and meet the brothers and sisters. They're not walking around with long faces. It's not like that. We have a laugh, we have a giggle. And with that comes happiness, which comes relaxation. You're back to it. It's a big circle all the time, eh? Understanding. Not sympathy. We don't want sympathy. We just want understanding of how we want to be. You know, we don't want to be, are you all right, you're right. We don't want all that. We just want calmness and knowing that there's people there who care, and that's it. And that's all you want. Compassion and hugs work miracles. I got to tell you, more than anything. You can go through anything, but you get a hug, okay, you know, makes all difference. You know, don't shake hands here, you hug. Yeah, definitely. You know, just to be cared for and know that you're surrounded by love, to be honest, and you're quite happy then. And if you're happy, you're fine, aren't you? You don't have to how much pain you're in. You can cope with more pain when you're happy. I know that is true. That is so true. Directly walk through the door, you get a hug, you're introduced to everybody and you start chatting. I mean, one girl in particular, very quiet, first day she came, I thought, she said, oh, I don't know if I'll come back. We got chatting, we had a long chat, and she came back, and now she comes all the time. So I spoke to her, and she said something that was happening to her, obviously I can't say it, but you know, and I said, I had that. And then I went through how I had it and the funny side of it and the relief. I can still see it to today, the relief on her face. She actually laughed. You know, she really, I said, oh yeah. I said, these were seriously long. I won't go into details, but you know, so she really laughed. I said, oh, I was so worried about it. So she instantly, you know, because we're all sharing experiences. When you're at home, you're always, no matter how ill you are, your mind's working because you know the area, all right? Your mind's working all the time. You want to do something because you physically can't, okay? Physically can't, but you want to do something because you can see, I needed to do that the other day. You know, it's a simple thing. It could be like, oh, did I dust above the shelf? You know what I mean? It's really silly little things. I need to hoover under the bed, you know. But you feel that, no matter if you're, you know, if you're halfway through your life or at your end of your life, the same feelings are there. So at home, you still got that little bit of, not stress, but that little bit, I need to do something. Here, you come in, you're going to lay down this bed, and everything else is going to melt away. You know, you've got no worries whatsoever. You've got the brothers, the sisters, the carers, they're there if you want them. You know you've got no worries. You can just relax and pass away. Sounds awful, but you can just relax, and when you're tired, you can go peacefully and calmly, the best way you can, rather than even at home would be stressful, and the hospital would be a no-no, obviously for me. If you haven't got a beautiful place like this, then home is where you're going to be, but it's still a bit stressful at home because you're worrying about the other partner with you, or whoever's around. You're still worrying about them. Oh, I must get up and get them a cup of tea. I mean, it's silly little things like that. But if you're here, You haven't got that pressure
Yeah.
of wanting to look after your partner, wherever, your kids or your dog, anything, you haven't got that pressure. I've just been down here to have my massage. I feel heavenly, I feel much lighter, I feel the whole body is, I'm fine now. There is no other feeling in the world as somebody who cares, believes in what you believe in, everything, nature, love, other people, you care. It's amazing. It just goes straight through you. When the sister touched my arm and started, it was just, that's it, I'm fine. It's really goes straight through it.
Great.
It's a well-being feeling throughout the body, all of it, every bit of you. Not just mentally, not just your bad bits, stiff bits, it's all of you. You're inside, you feel happy inside. I'm not saying they don't care, of course they care, but there's a difference. It's such a difference. You go into I did go into a hospice to have a look, and I went in there, and this is true, well, obviously I'm not saying where, I went in there and she said, we do this on Mondays, that on Tuesdays, this on Wednesdays, and I could feel my tears coming down my face. She said, this is not for you. I said, no, I couldn't cope with this. I came out crying. Not because they didn't want to do it, it wasn't that. They were good. They wanted to look after you. It was the atmosphere. It felt, last chance hotel sort of thing. No, don't do it.
Yeah.
I think more places, they really need to understand what the patient, not doing what they think is right for the patient, but listen to the patient, to what they want. But they're not. They're saying, keep you occupied, do this. We don't want to be occupied. We're not gaga. Do the medicines, fine, that's what you're good at. But let us tell you that the quietness and just the fun, not the seriousness, Nobody wants to be serious, even if you're near the end. You don't want to be serious because you can't change the outcome. So, enjoy it the best you can. Just go along and be cared for, and the love from it, and that's all you can ask for. This has got to be a flagship from hospice to please come and see this, come and see what they're doing. How we're all interacting. They don't treat you like patient and nurse or sister and brother. You're all together, you're all people, you're all dealing with different issues. But just enjoy it, and no telling what you want to do. Saying, should you do this? Do you want to do it? You're right, yeah, fine. If you want anything, shout, that's fine. That's all it is, isn't it? And if only more hospices could be built or managed like it.